Well, let's see. Lots of embarrassing things have happened backstage, but probably one of the most embarrassing things, and it was my first show coming back to the theater, was I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. And it was very quick change. There were only 4 cast members and we changed in the wings. And so I had just gotten my clothes on and Q was ready to run out there, and so it was pitch black dark, of course, so I run onto the stage and I trip over a set piece, hit the floor, probably said a few bad words on the way down, if anyone knows me well enough to know that that's probably what happened. But went on stage, show must go on, and then I feel a little trickle running down my leg. And as I'm standing there delivering my lines, I have blood running down the front of my calf because I busted my knee open. But I got through the scene.
The very first dinner theater that I did at Strauss was a show called Dinner at 8, Dead by 9. And the way most dinner theaters work is you have like 3 or 4 acts and you serve the different courses of the meal between the acts. But this show was a little different. It was just one continuous act, and there were really no stopping points in the show where we could stop and serve food. So basically what we had to do was serve the entire meal first and then perform the entire show. Well, my character was a veterinarian by the name of Heinrich Rank. And what was cool about my character was that he would sit in the audience for the first half of the show, and then about halfway through, I would stand up, get in the character, and join the action. So nobody around me knew that I was actually part of the show. And basically that meant I got to eat dinner with the guests before every show. Well, the very first performance, I was talking to the director, Mikey Steele, and I said, okay, Mikey, how do you want me to do this? Do you want me to be in character when I'm sitting at the table with these people, or should I just be myself? And Mikey was like, no, just tell them that you're Heinrich Rank, that you're a veterinarian, but don't give away that you're part of the show because it's supposed to be a surprise. I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can do here. So I sit down, I'm seated at my table, and the people there are very nice, and they say, hi, what's your name? And I say, oh, I'm Heinrich. And they say, well, what do you do for a living, Heinrich? And I'm like, well, I'm a veterinarian. Well, you think that they would just leave it at that, right? Nope. You see, these people wanted to be talkative. These people had to ask questions. They wanted to know where I went to veterinary school, where my clinic was located, what kind of animals I treated. They wanted to know every little detail about my non-existent veterinary career. And the whole time I'm just sitting there thinking, can we please hurry up and get this show started so I don't have to sit here making up answers to these stupid questions? It was very uncomfortable. So, yeah, thank you for that, Mikey. I owe you one, buddy.
My favorite set for a show was Boeing. The fun part was that we didn't have the set or any idea what the set would look like as far as furniture and in the rooms. We knew the walls and they were there, but we didn't really get the entire set until close to opening. And it was a lot of opening doors, closing doors, near misses of people going in and coming out. And we did a lot of rehearsing, most of our rehearsing, with no doors or not even any idea where it was going to be. And so we would just walk over here and have it. At one point, I do believe that we had chairs, metal chairs that were marked saying, this is a doorway, this is a doorway. But the set, when it did get put together, I think Clint Downing did with Maura's help, I think they did the furniture and stuff, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was some of the most elaborate. Even though it was just an apartment, a flat, and there wasn't really any changes, it was, to me, in the shows that I've been in, it was just a great set. And that's one thing Strauss does, is they take a lot of time on their sets, and their sets are always great. But I think that was my favorite because it was just so intricate. I felt, you felt like you were in an apartment. I kind of wanted that furniture when it was all over with.
My favorite set, there's two of these as well. When we did Forbidden Planet, Return to the Forbidden Planet in 90, whatever that was, that was a really awesome set because it was suspended from the ceiling. It had 2 levels. We were always worried that we were going to sway too much on the top level. And there was screens embedded in the walls. I mean, it was made to look like a starship, so it had a lot of moving parts to it that were a lot of fun, revolving doors and things like that. It was a playground type of set. The other cool one was Jekyll and Hyde at the Rose. That one, we did the show right after the plant had shut down, and one of the employees for the plant worked on the set. So we ended up getting a ton of really cool equipment. And they did things like make the lab bubble and glow and do all these neat lighting things and air things. The stage did light on fire. So Jekyll and Hyde was really cool too because of the pyrotechnics and all that sort of thing involved.